In 2022, a mysterious, privately owned company was valued at $100 billion. That wasn't just more than Zara and H&M, it was more than both of them combined. This company was Shein. It appeared out of nowhere to dominate the closets of Gen Z, seemingly built on TikTok trends and impossibly low prices. But this wasn't an overnight success. It was the result of a deliberate, decade-long strategy to build a new kind of retail machine. A machine that is faster, more ruthless, and more intelligent than any competitor. This is the story of how Shein weaponized data to conquer the world of fashion and the controversial truth behind its meteoric rise. Its story begins not in a design studio, but with an SEO specialist. In 2008, Chris Su founded a company that would eventually become Shein, initially selling wedding dresses online. The key wasn't fashion, it was understanding search engine optimization and digital marketing. Su was an expert in leveraging the internet to find what customers were searching for and selling it to them directly. For years, the company operated in relative obscurity, experimenting with different names and product categories. It was a classic dropshipping model, acting as a middleman without holding any inventory. But Su recognized the limitations. The real power wasn't in selling other people's products, it was in controlling the entire process from trend spotting to production. This insight led to a critical pivot. The company rebranded to Shein and began building its own unique supply chain in Guangzhou, China, the world's manufacturing hub for garments. Instead of just selling what factories were already making, Shein started to tell the factories what to make. This laid the groundwork for the system that would later shatter the industry. By the late 2010s, Shein was a well-oiled machine, but it was the global pandemic that turned it into a juggernaut. While traditional retailers were shutting their doors and struggling with broken supply chains, Shein's digital-first model thrived. Locked-down consumers turned to online shopping, and Shein's hyper-addictive app, fueled by TikTok influencers and micro-trends, was perfectly positioned to capture them. Its valuation exploded. It was adding thousands of new styles to its website every single day. While Zara was proud of its ability to get a design from studio to store in 3 weeks, Shein was doing it in 3 days. It was operating at a speed the world had never seen. This was Shein at its peak, the undisputed king of ultra-fast fashion. But with this incredible scale came intense scrutiny. Whispers turned into damning reports. Journalists and watchdog groups began exposing the hidden costs of Shein's low prices, allegations of forced labor, dangerously low wages for garment workers, rampant design theft from independent artists, and a catastrophic environmental footprint driven by a culture of disposable clothing. The very machine that made Shein a titan was also its greatest liability. The omen was clear: this level of speed and cost had a human and environmental price. So, what was Shein's stroke of genius? It wasn't a single decision, but the perfection of a revolutionary system: real-time retail. While competitors like Zara rely on trend forecasters and designers to predict what will be popular next season, Shein doesn't predict. It reacts. Shein's algorithm scrapes the internet, TikTok, Instagram, Google search trends, competitor websites, to identify what's gaining traction in real time. A specific color, a certain sleeve cut, a particular pattern. Once a micro-trend is spotted, the system kicks in. Instead of ordering thousands of units, Shein commissions its network of thousands of small, agile factories to produce an incredibly small test batch, sometimes as few as 100 items. These items go live on the app immediately. The algorithm then tracks every click, every add to cart, and every purchase. It knows instantly if a product is a winner or a dud. If it's a dud, it's gone, with minimal loss. But if it's a winner, the system instantly places larger orders. This data-driven, small-batch model obliterates the guesswork and waste that plagues traditional fashion retail. Shein doesn't have seasons or collections, it has a constant, live feed of trends, produced on demand. That is the engine of its domination. The fallout of this model has permanently altered the landscape. Shein became the world's largest fashion retailer, creating a new consumer expectation for variety and price that legacy brands simply cannot match. It has forced a race to the bottom, where speed and cost are the only metrics that matter. Competitors are now scrambling to copy its model, but they lack the integrated supply chain and data infrastructure Shein spent a decade building. Shein's planned IPO, despite the controversies, signals its entrenchment in the market. It is no longer just a retailer, it's a new benchmark for e-commerce, a logistics and data company that just happens to sell clothes. So, what can we learn from the rise of this controversial giant? There are 3 key lessons. First, data is the new designer. Shein's success proves that the most powerful creative director in modern retail is an algorithm. They replace the intuition of a few designers with the real-time data of millions of users. The lesson for any business is to let customer data drive product decisions, removing ego and guesswork from the equation. Second, master the art of the micro batch. Before going all in on an idea, Shein tests it with a small, low-risk batch. This agile approach to production and inventory minimizes losses and maximizes the chance of a hit. This principle of testing small and scaling fast can be applied to almost any industry, from software development to content creation. And finally, your operational system is your brand. For decades, fashion brands were built on storytelling, celebrity endorsements, and runway shows. Shein's brand is the addictive, seamless, and lightning-fast experience of its app and supply chain. It built its empire not on a fancy logo, but on the brutal efficiency of its machine. The lesson is that in the modern economy, a superior operational model can be the most powerful brand of all. Shein is a titan of modern commerce, but also a reflection of our own desires for more, faster, and cheaper. It is both a business genius and a cautionary tale, and its impact is only just beginning to be understood. If you found this case file valuable, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the companies shaping our world. Now, I want to hear from you. Shein's model is incredibly effective, but it comes with huge ethical questions. Comment below, is this the future of retail, or a race to the bottom?